I think it worked. How many people do I have? Only 35 as of now. Let's see if more people will be joining or not. Or even Volkanovski. What are you? Are you guys talking about MMA? 42 people watching. That was quick. Yes, yes, we do. Yes. But still, it's showing only 42 people are watching. So, guys, this live stream is about the results and the overall event of East versus West 9. We will discuss how the event went, what was the best thing about it, what was not so cool about the event. Overall, it was one of the biggest events in the world. Personally, Engin is saying that this is the biggest event. In my opinion, East versus West 5 was even bigger and even better. Hello, bro. So Mark has joined. Alpha, Devon Labrat. You failed, bro. Failed at what? I think it was a smooth transition. Maybe it's on YouTube if it wasn't smooth. So 158 people have joined. It's kind of okay. So let me give you the results of the East versus West matches first and a brief description, brief summary of every event as well. Where are the matches? Let me see. Screenshots. There you go. So first the match was between Thomas Mangy and Dustin Hyatt. I think, yep, that was the match. And Dustin Hyatt needs to work on his game more. He's young, and if we talk about the international level, he's inexperienced as well. So Thomas Mangy needs more work, needs to do more work on the table, and then I think he's good to go. So 3-0 Dustin Hyatt, 3-0 for Thomas Mangy. Dustin tried to hook him, but he couldn't. Let's discuss the main matches only. Delusional Devon haters, where are you? Caleb Williams. Scripted match? No, I don't think that was a scripted match at all, brother. I don't think so. So after that, we saw Brad Grundy versus Kyle Hutchinson. I thought Kyle is going to win, but Kyle, due to some injury, couldn't train for 1 year on the table. He was only doing gym work. And on top of that, okay, we can give someone an excuse for not being able to do table time because of an injury, but there is no excuse for you not being able to breathe after a single match. So Kyle Hutchinson showed in a terrible cardiovascular shape. He was totally gassed out after round 1. He couldn't breathe. He couldn't perform well. And Brad Grundy showed that he did the hard work to win this match. 3-1, I think it was. He lost 1 round on fouls, if I remember correctly. Maybe it was 3-0. Then we had Evgeny Prudnik versus David Dadikyan. That was an absolute war. David Dadikyan was the favorite coming into this match, but Evgeny Prudnik showed us that the practice pull where he beat Dadikyan was no luck. Evgeny Prudnik is actually that strong, and in fact the entire match went somewhat like that practice pull. Kaisa hai bhai Pradeep Wasim? Thank you, I'm badhiya, feeling good. Pradeep, but how can Devil at flash pin Hermes? That's it. Because Hermes thought that he was cheated in the setup. He didn't even go, and he just immediately lost the exact same way he lost to Matt Mask. So there are two versions of Hermes Gasparini in my opinion. One version is that the one that we saw against Matt in 2019, and the other version is the one that we saw against Levan. Yesterday we saw the version that showed up against Matt Mask. I wasn't transported. YouTube is not doing cool, man. YouTube is not doing cool, I guess. Lots of salty people in the chat. I think you mentioned that in the previous one as well. I don't see those salty people. Veena is a musical instrument. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Veena Sehgal. Lots of... Okay. Pradeep, we want you to be commentator in East versus West. Hope Engin calls you soon. Yes, I can also... I think I can do a good job. If you like, Travis is also doing great, but if you want to have someone after Ryan Bowen, since Ryan is not there, so Neil pick up Travis. If Engin wants the third guy, I think I am that third guy. I can do a better job than the rest of the guys. And I have experience now. I have commentating experience. I literally commentated on live television. So once you have commentated for TV, you know your shit. I guess so. And I've commentated for hundreds of arm wrestling matches, more than 100. So David Dadikyan did get a couple of pins. Once he got stopped by Prudnik in the first round, I thought that it is over. He's not going to get even a single pin. But nope, he did get a couple of pins. I was surprised to see the resilience of Dadikyan, and he tried to get behind his shoulder and press Prudnik down to the pad. But maybe Prudnik's defense against that press is really good, or maybe Dadikyan's offense in that position is not that good. Pradeep Top G television superstar. Pradeep, we need you to fight Ryan Bowen in a boxing match. Maybe. Once again, Dadikyan got stopped second round, but he was able to come back again. I was surprised while Dadikyan got it, but we kind of knew that if the match stops, that endurance is going to favor Evgeny Prudnik. Devon was able to get into Prudnik's hand. That's why he was able to beat him kind of easily in a hook. If he went in a hook against Prudnik, fresh for fresh, round one without tiring his wrist with a king's move, I think it could have been much more interesting. And Dadikyan went into that hook fresh for fresh. That was a difficult day for Dadikyan. That didn't work the first two rounds. Press, I think you're talking about the press. Yeah, it didn't work. Good haircut, my friend. Yeah, I just got haircut about 1.5 hours ago. Pradeep, why Ermes quit fourth and fifth round? Because Devon is too strong, my friend. Too strong, my friend. He cannot do anything. Pradeep versus Auden led it. I could have gotten Auden till about a year ago. Yeah, I think I could have beaten him, but now he's way past me. I think he's way past me. Pradeep, why Hermes quit fourth? He's still not that big. Like, I was surprised to, like, the guy doesn't look skinny. He's like 6'3" and weighs only 84 kilos. I'm like, what's up, man? Only 84 kilos? That's kind of crazy. He weighs less than me and he's 6'3". Pradeep, you should beat Auden while you can in a year. No, I think that year has already passed, bro. 2022, I could have beaten him at least on the left. Yeah, easy on the left, 2022. But right now, I'm not sure about the left as well. I think he got me left as well. Why didn't Travis commentate? Any idea? Yeah, his son was having a football game, so he was there. So in the end, long story short, I think I already extended that long story to be long story. So Dadikyan was not able to win the match. Evgeny Prudnik served himself some Armenian barbecue, and the match was 3-2 in favor of Evgeny Prudnik. People were saying that somebody translated that Dadikyan was kind of pissed off. He was telling Prudnik that he's going to beat him up. He's going to see him outside the arena and like bunch of stuff like that. He was like literally really hurt, and he was talking crap to Prudnik during the match because when Prudnik said that, why are you wasting time? Why don't you come back to the table after the time is over? Then Dadikyan said something like, it is your referee's job, it's not your job. And then Dadikyan talked a lot of trash to Evgeny Prudnik. That's what I heard. Somebody translated that on Reddit. Bro, what about Morozov? Do you think he'll be number one next 2 years? Maybe not sure. He was on a good trajectory, but then his last performance was not good because he got sick. And even if he wasn't sick, that match could have been a war against Georgi Swetkov. Prudnik made up for his horrendous trash talk. Pradeep, you are quality commentator, my friend. Thank you. Mr. Pradeep, Dennis versus Devon, just one opinion, who wins? As of now, I'm going to say Devon, but Dennis is impressing me more and more every single day. Fourth match was Derek Smith versus Mehdi Abdulwand. Derek Smith won that match 3-1. He lost one round on fouls. Ivan Matyushenko simply destroyed David Arabuli. It was no competition at all. Ivan sets the hook like no one else. Farid Osmanli, Georgi Zaranov. I think it's about time. Yeah, I think it's about time when Farid stops getting these these chances, these opportunities at East versus West. People think that, well, Pradeep is so strict, somebody loses a match and Pradeep is like he should retire. Like, bro, you guys tell me, do you think after seeing so many matches, do you think now Farid deserves to be on the East versus West stage? Just tell me that, guys. Just tell me that. Haircut is looking good. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yes, you used to be good more than a decade ago, but based off that, how many matches do you really want to do? Can you really have in today's world of super match arm wrestling? Keep it cool. Hi, good fellas. Okay. Then his hand is different to Hermes again, so Devon need a different style here. Farid, no. Pradeep, agree with you. He shows up in a terrible shape, man. The guy just doesn't care. The guy just doesn't care. At least he knows that he's not the overwhelming favorite against literally anyone who has ever competed there. And he shows in a terrible shape, totally fat, totally out of shape. So he must know that if he's going to win, he's going to have to win in a war. And bringing that kind of shape to a super match doesn't help you if you get in a war. So clearly shows he doesn't care about it enough. Depends on a matchup. And only in arm wrestling you will see like totally fat, out of shape guys like that. Like the short put guys, the discus throw guys, they are also going to carry some fat, but they'll have a lot of muscle as well. And they won't look like Farid Osmanli. That's a guarantee. Do you think Indian gyms must include arm wrestling like CrossFit and strengthening? It would be cool. It would be cool if it happens, brother. Depend on a matchup. What's your age? 41. JOK. What's K? Joking? Hermes just wrestled Jerry 4 weeks ago, but that match was easy. I don't think it had any impact. Maybe it did, because Devon did say that it had some impact. It could have had some impact. It played in Devon's favor. That's what Devon said. Irakli Zirakashvili versus David Dadikyan. After Devon, I have to say maybe the second most impressive performance came from David Dadikyan. The way the first start was cool. Then Irakli did an elbow foul, or maybe David did an elbow foul. After that, total domination from David Dadikyan. Devon wants to face Ongarbayev for the 105 kg title. But before that, I think even before Todd Hutchins, Todd is going to face Sasho for the 95 kg title anyway. So the next event, I think, in my opinion, should be David Dadikyan versus Kidragali Ongarbayev 105 kg title. To me, that makes sense. Pradeep, you should replace Coach Ray. He's so dull while talking to people. Neil and Travis should just commentate, and others should just announce and speak with winners. I think I can do commentary. At first, I was kind of doubtful. It's Hindi commentary. Yes, Hindi is my mother tongue, but I have never talked about arm wrestling in Hindi language. Most of the terms are in English anyways. I was not feeling confident, but Hindi commentary also went well. So I'm quite sure I'll do good in the English as well. So the producer of Sony Sports Network, he came to me and he was like, you're doing commentary on TV for the first time. You did a terrific job. Really good job. The TV guys were happy. They came to me and told me that, awesome, great job. Ermes almost pinned Devon after the second round though. In the third round, yeah, it was the third round. And when they went in a hook, Devon should have never gone there. Devon should have never gone there. I keep forgetting to click all messages. I don't know why they even have that. All messages. Yeah. In the chat, Pradeep, you should commentate in slap competitions. I think I can do that one as well. Almost 300 people watching this live stream as well. That's cool. That's kind of cool to see. So David Dadikyan top rolled Irakli Zirakashvili straight to the pad 3 times in a row. That was a shocker to me. David Samushia versus Bala Ichikiti, and David Samushia won 3 pins to 1. First round was a good dominant win from Bala. After that, the endurance started to play a role, and David Samushia's endurance is great. He's really strong. He's really versatile as well. He can flop press also. We've seen that recently. He didn't need the flop press in this match, but 3-0, wins his fifth title match. David was lucky to have his first match as the title match. No, maybe first was against Paulin, but his first match in that weight category was a title match. So after that, he has won literally everything, 5 matches in a row. Then they arm wrestled in one more round, the fifth round, and in my opinion, David Samushia intentionally gave that round to Bala, and he tried to make it look like that it was a legit round, but in my opinion, it was not. 3-1 to David Samushia, 3-2 to David Samushia overall. Paul Len versus Ruslan Babayev. I think Engin doesn't really take feedback from arm wrestling fans when it comes to setting up arm wrestling matches. He already has in his mind which matches he want to see. That could have been one criticism in the past as well, because Engin sets the matches that he wants to set, and when many people say what about this match, then he gets mad that I'm already giving you 10 matches, I'm already giving you 16 matches, and you still talk about 100 other matches. Well, maybe that is because all of the 16 matches were your own imagination, and there was not a single match selected from what the fans want. Obviously, naturally, out of those 16, 10 are going to be that the fans also want to see. But I think you get the nice haircut though. Thanks, Papuna Official. I think you get the point that I'm trying to make here. So that match was not a fan match. That was not a match that Engin wanted. That was a match that Ruslan Babayev asked Engin to have. I don't think it was the right decision to make this match. This was one of the mismatches on the card. There is absolutely no way. I don't think there is a person in this world who thought that Ruslan Babayev can beat Paulin. 3-0 easy win. Roman, member for 4 months. Devon told me Roman has been a member for like almost a couple of years now. Devon told me after Dennis he will only focus on Kidragali. He wants all 3 titles. That would be huge addition to his legacy. That is correct, brother. I don't think anyone else is capable of doing that. Literally, Devon is the only man in the world who can do that. Definitely not Hermes. He cannot cut to 105 kilos. Even if Hermes defeated Devon, I don't think he had the ability to cut to 105 kilos and beat Ongarbayev there. So Devon is the only person in the world that can do that, and that record is probably going to stay there for a very long time. Unless some freak shows up, unless a 120 kg Bacho Saginashvili shows up who can cut to 105 as well, and who can get to 130 kilo as well. But for that, Devon needs to beat Dennis. That thing is only going to work out if Devon beats Denis Saplenkov. So Evgeny Prudnik, Dadikyan, we've already discussed. Todd Hutchings versus Ibrahim Sagov. So you're not going to pin Todd Hutchings in a hook, that's for sure. Does Engin pay arm wrestler flights and stay? Yes, Donald Trump USA. Engin plays flights and stay for every single arm wrestler. There are some relatively unknown arm wrestlers that may not get a good payday, or that may not get paid at all. Right now, maybe Engin is paying everyone, but in the beginning, if some newer arm wrestlers were competing, then Engin, I don't think he was paying them at that time. Maybe everyone getting a pay now. But flights have always been covered by Engin Terzi. Flights and accommodation. That's a rule. That's a general rule set, man, in professional world. Ryan Bowen asked me to come to Australia, and obviously he would have paid for my flights and travel as well. I am at a stage where wherever I'm going to travel, my flights and accommodation is going to be paid for sure. I think I am at this stage. So for sure the professional arm wrestlers should also be there. Pradeep, have you started your real job again? Why are you shaved? Yes, I have started my job once again. I've shifted to a new state as well. That's why I was so busy doing commentary for about 20 days for Pro Punjab League, and now my luggage arrived like 10 days late. That's why I was so busy for last 1 month. But fortunately, from yesterday, I have time, and you'll be able to see that on the channel as well. More content, more quality content, better preparation for the content. Todd Hutchings defeated Ibrahim Sagov 3 pins to 2. He fouled out in a couple of rounds. We cannot say it was a mistake, so Ibrahim got lucky. Todd fouled because Ibrahim was strong. Todd fouled because Ibrahim's hook power, back pressure was sufficient, that side pressure was sufficient, that when Todd tried to go sideways, he was not able to finish him. He had to drag back, and trying to do that, while trying to do that, Todd did some elbow fouls, and Todd's elbow came from the front end side of the pad as well. So the match could have been close, but Todd always looked comfortable. It could have been closed only because of fouls. Todd Hutchings, Devon had said that he thought that Ibrahim is going to destroy Todd just by looking at the guys. 6'3", wide shoulders, really fit, really strong. But nope, Uncle Todd had some other plans. Todd is looking solid, man. Engin was talking about having Todd versus Ongarbayev match as well in the future. But before that, Todd is another guy who can potentially, just maybe, let's assume that Todd can beat Ongarbayev and get that title. And then Todd can beat Sasho as well. That Todd is one person who can terrorize that 95 kg category. Like, he can literally destroy everyone in that weight category, including Paulin and Sasho Andreev. Yes, Zoloev was able to top roll Todd, but I think Todd learned a lot after that. And since then, it has become a lot more difficult to top roll Todd Hutchings, with or without the straps. Vitali Lalitin, Revaz Lutidze. So a couple of things happened in this match. First round, Revaz got a good start. He got hand control. Still, he didn't have nearly enough side pressure to move Vitali Lalitin's arm. Vitali was in this position. Low hand top roll, and his wrist went back. Still, he was comfortably holding Revaz. I was totally shocked to see that. And somehow, when Revaz got gassed out, Vitali regained his pronation. And I think it was over right then and there. There was a small cut on Vitali's hand, and I think while trying to slip, or in the first round, Revaz damaged his finger. It was not in the second round, because after Revaz lost the first round with a top roll, I think I saw Revaz going to the sofa, to his chair, where he was like looking at his finger or doing this. Like, his finger was already broken. Maybe because of the adrenaline, he didn't feel that. But I think the finger was broken after the first round, or during the first round when it was about to finish. But I think Vitali, the way he stopped him right there without his wrist, Vitali would have beaten him anyways. It wouldn't have mattered a lot. This is the strongest Vitali Lalitin easily. I don't think, and many people also don't think, that till about 3 months ago, I don't think we ever saw Vitali being in as good of a shape as he was when he faced Levan in 2018. After that, this was the first time when he showed in that kind of shape, or even better shape than that 2018-19 version of himself that beat Prudnik as well quite comfortably. So Vitali is back on track. He defeated the guy who destroyed Dave Chaffee. So I don't think he needs to avenge the Dave Chaffee loss anymore. That match wouldn't make any sense to me. And after Vitali pinned Revaz in the first round, he started looking at the camera and started shouting, and Revaz did this. Revaz was mad. He tried to drag Vitali's hand, and that looked really, really unfair. Really unfair. There is already a tension between the Georgians and Russians. Mostly it comes from the Georgian camp. I've seen that in the last couple of years. And doing this on top of that when it is totally unnecessary. And I saw Roman's video, and the justification to do that was like the silliest justification I've ever seen in my life. He was like, well, I don't shout at my opponents like that. I don't shout like that when I beat my opponents, and I don't like that. That's why I did that to Vitali. I'm like, what kind of stupid excuse is that? That was totally ridiculous, man. That was I've heard some really worse excuses in arm wrestling, but that was probably on the top of that worst excuse list, in my opinion. Please answer, does Engin pay? Okay, I read it already. Poor Revaz can't flip people anymore. Yeah. So that's four Georgians injured now. Levan Saginashvili, Gennady Quickvinia, Zurab Tabaridze, Revaz Lutidze. That's correct. So the West won 6-1. So is it depending only on the Georgians? If the Georgians lose, if the East loses, what's up? What's up about that? Roman is too biased. I don't like that about him. I'm still not able to understand. Like, you don't like, if somebody beats you and he's not shouting at your face, he's looking at the camera sideways, he's shouting, he's celebrating his own victory, and you don't like that, and that's why while you are still in the straps, you drag that guy's hand. And Vitali even clarified after that, like, bro, I'm just celebrating because of my emotions, I'm happy to get that win. I stand by Revaz. He was in the Georgian military fighting against Russians in the 2008 war. Give him a break. Yeah, that could have been definitely a part of that. And I said that, yeah, I don't think if Georgian, if a Georgian was in front of Revaz and he did that celebration, I don't think Revaz would have had any problem with that. Having the West reps help a lot. Also, Revaz shouldn't pull Russians ever again. Okay, that's an interesting take. I don't agree with that, Mark, but cool to have different opinions here. Over 300 people watching and only 95 likes. Not cool, not cool. So by the way, guys, I gained about 1,000 plus subscribers yesterday, which is really cool to see as well. If you guys can also subscribe, if you guys can hit the thumbs up, it will help a lot as well. So before we talk about Hermes versus Devon once again, the overall event, this time after a very long time, there were lots and lots of stream crashes. The event was cool, the pay-per-view was great, the super matches were great, the refereeing was kind of okay, but me personally, I'm very rarely satisfied with the refereeing. To me, this time the refereeing was a little bit lacking. The last time was better. Last time was better than this, and probably better than any other event that we have seen so far. Other than that, video quality, yeah, for sure, a mark needs to be deducted from that. So overall speaking, I would say this event was a 4.4 out of 5. That's the rating I would give it to it, just because there were some stream crashes, some refereeing issues. Otherwise it could have been like a 4.75. Maybe it can still be a 4.5 because of the quality of the matches. Sun sleep time, I'll be back. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Mark. Thanks for joining. Thanks for being the member. SG Records, what David did to Oleg was politically driven. Revaz took it personal when Vitali screamed. Roman, how do you know that? He must know me. He must know that because he talked with Revaz after that. By the logic of Revaz, opponents of Wagner Bortolotto should be Dobby fetched. What's that? I've never read that word. Yeah, nice haircut, Pradeep. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I actually really liked the reffing towards the end, how they were correcting both Ermes. Yeah, they got strict towards the end. Yuvraj versus Schoolboy. Schoolboy would destroy him, bro. What are you talking about? Yes, but he misunderstood it. It wasn't directed to Revaz, Vitali. Even if Holy Mother F Mole, even if it was directed to Revaz, let's say I'm Vitali, I pin Revaz and I look at his face and I start shouting. Still, Revaz has zero reason to do that. Like literally zero reason to do what he did. That was like really bad. And the excuse that he gave to do that after that, but at least he was honest. Like he did not try to lie about it and create a fake reason why he did that. At least he said that, okay, basically I'm admitting I had no reason to do that. I just personally didn't like it because I lost. That's why I did that. But that was one of the worst reasonings I've ever heard in my life. Bacho versus Schoolboy. And a few other interesting things that we may have already discussed. Let me see. So this Revaz Dave Vitali situation is kind of amazing right now because Dave beat Vitali, Revaz beat Dave, Vitali beats Revaz Lutidze. And the same thing with Hermes, Devon, Levan, Gennady. Levan beats all of them. Hermes beats Levan in a couple of rounds. Devon loses 6-0 to Levan, but then Devon beats Hermes easier than Levan did. Gennady beats Devon Leret. I don't know what's going on. Now it is even more confusing, especially when Levan is also not at the same level that he used to be because of his injury. We are still not 100% sure that he's going to return in a similar shape when that he showed up against Hermes and Devon. So right now everything is more confusing in the super heavyweight. You are from which state? I was born in Haryana and brought up in Uttar Pradesh. You're only a young kid, you don't know nothing. Dennis has short little arms, Devon's longer liver will cause serious problems. Okay, we'll see. That means Bowen beats them all. Yeah, hopefully. Maybe. Potentially. And the situation between Devon, Dennis, Ongarbayev, Dadikyan, we all discussed. I think before Devon versus Ongarbayev, Dadikyan versus Ongarbayev match needs to happen. Dennis smashes Devon. West won 6 matches for the first time. West defeated East. There was one event where they were 5-5, but this is total destruction, and it shows that the East mostly depends on Georgia. But maybe because Vitali was not competing against any US guy, Revaz was not competing against any US guy, David Samushia was also not competing against any North American guy. Maybe that's why the result for East, because the best guys, most of them were competing against each other. So Gennady Quickvinia is out. He had bicep surgery, and Revaz Lutidze's finger broke. These are the things that I wrote for discussion. And after that, Ermes Gasparini versus Devon Lett. I've already did a detailed live stream about this event. This match was amazing. 3-0, kind of unexpected in my opinion. Jodie Leret shared my commentary on her Instagram page. Please check that out after this ends. It was cool to see, because maybe it was also because I predicted Devon to lose, so that now she's showing the world in my own words that Devon proved everyone wrong. We probably need more stem cell shops, clinics in Europe and Asia if we are going to be able to compete with the Americans. No, that's not how it works, bro. That's not how it works. Devon would beat Dennis and eat Vitali. I think Devon may have trouble against Vitali. Like, he is also, just like Hermes, Devon also has the same weakness, the tall forearm guys. Matt Mask used to cause some trouble to Devon. And Alex Cordecha clearly causes some troubles to Devon. I think Vitali can also be a big threat to Devon just because of his liver length. But I think Devon in the straps will stop Vitali. Vitali will not have enough power. But just the fact that slipping against Vitali is extremely difficult, that can make it interesting. Today, I think slipping against Vitali when he's fresh, when his shoulder is cool, okay. It may be even more difficult than slipping against Levan. Yeah, I think so. Vitali is probably the most difficult guy to slip against as of now. Right now, whole Georgian camp is injured. Yeah, that's why the East lost. And also Gennady's flop press was too much for Devon. That is why he never tried King's move after first round against Gennady. Yeah, that was not going to work at all. I thought Armwrestling Gasparini's flop press is also going to be too much for Devon, because we have seen him do a great flop press, but Hermes was totally out of his game. He was nervous, he was shaking. I think I can use the word scared here. To me, it looked like Hermes was scared of Devon Laird. People always say, even Hermes says that it's arm wrestling, I'm not scared of anyone. Why would anyone be scared to arm wrestle anyone? Lots of arm wrestlers say that, but to me, it looked like Hermes was scared of Devon that day. Vitali is one trick pony, not versatile. Caleb Williams, yeah. In the straps, I think Devon got Vitali for sure. But just consider this fact. Devon himself knows and thinks that Vitali is a big threat just because of his hand size and his forearm length. I mean, Devon thought that Hermes is going to beat him as well. We discussed that in the live stream. So he didn't. So maybe Devon underestimates himself. Vitali is Devon's worst style matchup. I do agree. It's a very difficult stylistic matchup for Devon because the setup is not going to benefit Devon. Slipping against Vitali is going to be like extremely difficult. Because Vitali he pushes you downwards as well. Once he sees that you are running back, he won't try to go towards you, trying to contain you. He just grabs hold of your fingers with that 150 kg crushing grip strength and he just pushes you downwards. I mean, he broke Revaz Lutidze's fingers. When was the last time you see somebody's finger almost snap in half during a match? Vitali's grip strength is insane. Bro, you're talking about a match that happened 2017-18? When did I talk about that match? Hey Pradeep, how good is Shivajit Janardhanan on a world level? Depends on what you consider a world level. So I'll tell you about Shivajit. So Rahul Panikar finished 7th in WAF, and Shivajit is like back to back, constantly beating Rahul while being only 21 years old, while being in the youth category. So there's Rahul who finished 7th in the world in WAF, and there's a youth guy who's beating him again and again in the state championships and in the Pro Punjab League. So maybe that says that yeah, he can be world level. That slipping against that guy is also like extremely difficult. Good luck top rolling him. Probably there are very few people who can top roll. Rahul Panikar is the best top roller that we have, and Rahul hooks Shivajit Janardhanan. He literally cannot do anything with his hand. That's how strong of a hand he has, and still in the youth category. Youth category is 23 years old right now. He's only 21. Good. He's going to be really good in the future. Really good. At first, people said that it is luck, but then he beat Rahul once again recently. BPJ, Devon rematch Gennady next year. I don't think Devon needs that match, but if Gennady asks, then he will have to give him that match because Gennady agreed to give Devon the rematch when Devon wanted it. Do you think Shivajit can defeat Akimbo? Akimbo looks insanely strong, man. I'm not sure. Akimbo is also about the same age, 22 years old. I'm not sure how he does at world stage. He looks much bigger and much more muscular. Not sure. So is the next East versus West having running fouls? I'm not sure. Shivajit from Kerala. Yes, he's from Kerala. I don't think Devon played mind games with Dennis. He's too calm and never seen Dennis wrist break. He's totally opposite of Hermes. Going to be Pushkar cracked Denis Aplankov's wrist few times, but it's very rare. Pradeep, when was the last time Dennis lost a super match? I've not seen him. I've not seen that many super matches from Dennis anyways. I think I can count on like one hand how many super matches I've seen Dennis compete in. Wasn't sure about reffing in Devon match. Ermes never got a good grip. In the first round, I do agree with you. But after that, it was totally fair. And it wasn't like Hermes got tired in the first round. First round was literally nothing. When you have a short elbow to fingertip, yeah. When the first thing that I saw when the referee did this to Devon, and the referee didn't even remove his hands. Devon's hand was like once again like going like this. So if Devon is taller, his forearm is longer, his finger should not be pointing like this. Either his elbow needs to be totally at the back of the pad if his fingers are up, or his hand needs to go down, which he didn't do in the first round. But second round, it was like totally fair. Commentator said it. Okay, running fouls, interesting. I asked Devon, he doesn't feel the need of rematching Gennady. Now he's number one and he has his own legacy plans. He won't risk getting beaten again. But Gennady was, he should give that rematch to Gennady. And I think if there are no other matches, then he will. So Denis Plankov is there. Then Who else is there? Ongarbayev. If Devon wins against Ongarbayev, he's going to come back to super heavyweight once again. I don't think he wants to stay there for too long. That wouldn't make much sense for Devon to stay light for too long. And DL with a $2 super chat. What's your opinion on Dave losing yesterday? Bro, I have the pay per view, but today I was not able to watch it. So, unfortunately, I've not watched that match yet. But man, that's bad. That's bad. Dave losing to Kamil Jablonski. Dave did say that he thought about he will think about whether he should compete in arm wrestling in the future or not after this match against Jordan Sonev. This match was replaced by Kamil Jablonski and he lost that match. So is he going to consider his decision of competing? He's really totally out of shape and he's not strong. Dave has lost his strength and there is absolutely no way that he's going to get stronger from this position. I don't think it is possible. So I'll give a review after watching that match, what happened there. So this was the review of East versus West 9. It was an amazing event. If you still have not purchased the pay-per-view, you can do that because the matches will be uploaded on YouTube in about a week's time from now by Engin Terzi. And the event was simply amazing. The good thing is that the matches, many matches were not predictable. I only got like 7 correct out of 13, which is very bad, which shows that the event was cool. Some matches were kind of one-sided, but then anyone could have won. There were some surprises on the event. Prudnik beating Dadikyan destroying Irakli Zarakashvili, Vitali easily beating Revaz Lutidze, Devon easily beating Hermes Gasprini. Lots and lots of surprises on the event. And the channel is doing really great, guys. I really appreciate you for your support. Got more than 1,000 subscribers yesterday. Before you guys leave, 275 of you watching, please hit the thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel and I'll be more active. I will be more active. Now I have settled here in this new place, new state. Everything is fine. I'll get some time off from job. We'll upload 2 videos every day. Some community posts. Maybe a live stream every day. And things are good. The next few years are going to be good for me. We'll start arm wrestling as well. Thank you guys. Love you all.